Hi, this is Olive, and today I wanted to talk to you about women and their long hair. I wanted to approach this scripturally because a lot of people are using the Bible in referring to women and how long their hair should be and how they should not be cutting their hair. So the Bible does talk about women and the beauty of their hair, but I'm curious as to what it actually means for women today. I know that a lot of people could say, well, we're not Jewish or we're not in the Corinth, so these don't apply to us. But there's other things to consider when you're thinking about what the Lord feels about women and their hair. So the first thing I would like to mention is that when Jesus came, he made a comment, and he said that he didn't come to eradicate the law, but he came to fulfill it and fulfill every last part of it. Looking at Galatians 2:13, it also talks about the Lord and how he redeemed us from the curse of the law. And someone pointed out that he redeemed us from the curse, but not necessarily the blessings that come upon it, that come upon us if we follow the law. So in looking at the law and knowing that there are scriptures that talk about curses, especially one that says a curse will not come without a cause. That means if someone is cursed, they did something to get cursed. So putting that aside, I would like to approach these commandments, if you will, or the law regarding hair, knowing that Jesus didn't come to do away with it, but to redeem us from the curse of the law. 1 Corinthians 11:5 says, but a woman dishonors her head. And by the way, this is the New Living Translation version. It's not the King James. So, verse 5 again. But a woman dishonors her head if she prays or prophesies without a covering on her head. For this is the same as shaving her head. Yes, if she refuses to wear a head covering, she should cut off all her hair. But since it is shameful for a woman to have her hair cut or her hair shaved, she should wear a covering. And if you go down to verse 13, it says, judge for yourself. Is it right for a woman to pray to God in a public place without covering her head? Isn't it obvious that it's disgraceful for a man to have long hair? And isn't long hair a woman's pride and joy, for it has been given to her for a covering? So looking at that, knowing that the Lord gives us our hair for a covering, that we don't actually have to wear shawls inside of the temple or the church if we have long hair. I don't know. The two greatest commandments that Jesus gave us were to love the Lord with all your might and heart and strength and soul. And the second one is to love your neighbor as yourself. He said all of the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. Now, when you think about cutting your hair or wearing it short, that doesn't even fit under one of the commandments. It's almost irrelevant. But if you're looking to please God, in my personal opinion, it is to embrace and celebrate and enhance what God gave you. Now, a lot of people say they're doing that and chopping their hair when they want to go completely natural. And personally, I have no problem with that. But some people do, and they feel like that's unscriptural. So I think we should also examine Colossians and 1 Timothy. Colossians chapter 2 verse 16 says, so don't let anyone condemn you for what you eat or drink, or for not celebrating certain holy days or new moon celebrations or Sabbaths. For these rules are only shadows of the reality yet to come. Christ himself is that reality. Don't let anyone condemn you by insisting on pious self-denial or the worship of angels. Saying that they have visions about these things, their sinful minds have made them proud. They are not concerned, or rather, they are not connected to Christ, the head of the body. For he holds the whole body together with its joints and ligaments, and it grows as God nourishes it. You have died with Christ, and he has set you free from the spiritual powers of this world. So why do you keep on following the rules of the world, such as don't handle, don't taste, don't touch? Such rules are mere human teachings about things that deteriorate as we use them. These rules may seem wise because they require strong dedication and devotion, pious self-denial, and severe bodily discipline, but they provide no help in conquering a person's evil desires. So I would ask you, does cutting your hair make you a better person? Does it make you look at your neighbor and want to help him when he's hurt or harmed or not doing well financially? Does keeping your hair long make you full of the fruit of the Holy Spirit, full of joy, peace, love, and happiness? I don't know. You tell me. Let's look at 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy verse 5 says, "The purpose of my instruction is that all believers will be filled with love that comes from a pure heart, a clean conscience, and genuine faith." But some people have missed the whole point. They have turned away from these things and spend their time in meaningless discussions. They want to be known as teachers of the law of Moses, but they don't know what they're talking about, even though they speak so confidently. We know that the law is good when used correctly, for the law was not intended for people who do what is right. It is for people who are lawless and rebellious, who are ungodly and sinful, and consider nothing sacred and defile what is holy. So, again, going back to hair, how does keeping your hair long or short measure up to these scriptures? I don't see it. I don't see the correlation. But I do know that if a woman wears her hair long, it is the glory that God gave her. But it's not saying that women who wear it short have no glory from God either. One thing I found is that cutting hair, trimming hair, is typically an American thing. Now, this is my experience. Maybe yours is different. But I see a lot of women, a lot of foreign women coming from the East that wear their hair long. And I know that following Christ has also come from the East. We get our Christian religion actually from Catholicism. The Christian church was a Catholic church first, and this Catholicism was in the East. Now, we can also look at them as an example. The women there keep their hair long, and definitely it's a beauty unto her. And a lot of men that I've spoken to love long hair, but especially African American men, they love natural hair. They love to see their women with what God gave them. So I leave that to you. I leave this interpretation to what you believe is right. Do you believe that God doesn't want us to cut our hair? Or do you believe that he doesn't care? That he's looking more at our lifestyle and our heart than how we wear our hair? I don't know. Please leave me a comment or question. Give me your opinion. I really would love to come to some sort of resolution about this, because it's a battle that I think about constantly. And sometimes I don't even want to trim my hair because I'm afraid I'm going to offend by law. Other times I feel like, well, trimming is necessary. I don't know. Please let me know. Thank you for listening, and I hope you'll comment. Bye.